Up is down, what's left is right. Chasing stars and holding you. I can't see the end, but we'll see it through. Times don't fly too high. Be sure to keep the ground in sight. Fly forever if you keep it tight. Love the world but keep the sky on your mind.
Welcome to Silver Creek Elementary School for our regular scheduled board meeting. Today is October 17th of 2023. At this time, I'll call the meeting to order at 6:31 p.m. If we could please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance, followed by the invocation by Dr. Balmer. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic that stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Dear Heavenly Father, we thank you for all the wonderful things that are happening at Silver Creek. And we especially thank you for what makes our corporation so great, and that's the students and staff that fill these buildings each and every day. We're thankful for such a dedicated staff and supportive community. Tonight we want to lift up the family of Owen Twigg as they mourn the loss of our little dragon. We pray for peace and comfort for the family, and for them to know their dragon family is thanking and praying for them during this difficult time. Continue to pray for you to watch over us and keep us safe, and to continue to bestow your blessings upon our students, staff, and community. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen. Roll call, Mr. Basham.
Here.
Ms. Bright.
Here.
Ms. Franklin.
Here.
Mr. Groen is absent. I am here. We have quorum. Dr. Briggs, any emergency additions or revisions to the agenda?
Yes, good evening. I have one revision to the agenda. It is under number 7, consent agenda, under letter B, personnel, under number 2, classified. Number 2 states resignations. That should state terminations. And that is it for revisions to the agenda.
You've heard the revisions to the agenda. Do we have a motion for approval?
I so move.
Ms. Franklin makes a motion. Do we have a second?
Second.
Mr. Basham seconds. Any discussion needed? Hearing none, all of those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carries 4-0. Next up on the agenda is the approval of our September 26th regular school board meeting minutes and our executive session minutes. Do we have a motion to bring that to the floor?
I so move.
Ms. Bright makes a motion. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
Ms. Franklin seconds. Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carries 4-0. Next up, we have remarks from the Silver Creek primary, Mr. Adams.
Thank you. We are joined tonight by Mr. and Mrs. Twigg here. You may have heard in Dr. Balmer's opening prayer, but we kindly ask that you keep their family in your thoughts and prayers. Owen Twigg, one of our tiniest dragons in the corporation, and student at our preschool program at Silver Creek Primary, passed away just before fall break. Owen attended Miss Martin's preschool class with the assistance of a full-time nurse each day. Owen's brother, Jameson Twigg, is a kindergarten student at the primary as well. So please just join me in a moment of silence at this time as we honor Owen. Thank you. And I would like to thank Mr. and Mrs. Twigg for coming to our board meeting tonight. We are deeply sorry about the loss of Owen. He was a great kiddo, and he was a joy to have at the primary. And, if you guys ever need anything, you let us know, okay? And I don't know if there was any comments at this time that
Yeah, I don't know
Dr.
if the
Briggs.
board has any comments. As I said earlier, it's nice meeting you. Sorry it's under these circumstances, but I'm sorry for your loss. And again, if you need anything, you've got a great support team there at the primary school.
Seth told you as we talked before, if you guys need anything at all, we're here to do anything and everything that we can, and we're very sorry for your loss.
Yes, thank you for coming, and we're sorry for your loss.
Thank you.
Susan, do we have any community input? All right, we'll move on. Dr. Balmer's financial and operations update.
Yes, good evening. We'll begin with our monthly financial update. Begin looking at our two main funds for our district, which is our education and operation fund. So beginning with the education fund, the beginning balance for our budget year 2023 was $4,970,832.27. Our year-to-date revenue, that's revenue that we have brought in through August, through September, $17,675,074.37. Our expenditures through September, $17,532,963.69, with an ending balance in our education fund of $5,113,584.68. As far as our appropriation that's approved by the DLGF for 2023, we are 76.5% spent through September, expected to spend about 75% as we have discussed. The additional positions that we added this school year are beginning to show up with our expenditures. So therefore, we will likely exceed our appropriation, especially when we get through bargaining and those types of things, which just like in the past, we will work with the DLGF to file for an additional appropriation to cover any additional expenses that need to get us through 2023. Also, just add ADM has been finalized. We are down about 15, so we're up 3,052. So we'll continue to see revenue be adjusted by the state and those types of things as we move forward. On the operation fund, we have a beginning balance of $3,530,127.66 for budget year 2023. Year-to-date revenue, that is through September, $5,347,723.62. Our expenditures through September, $5,626,312.19, with an ending balance in our operation fund of $3,251,539.09. For our appropriation approved by DLGF, we are 68.2% spent, and again, expected to be about 75% at this time. Just to let you know, it is common during this time of year to see your expenditure exceed your revenue in this fund, and that's because your main revenue sources come in June and December with your property taxes. So any questions there on the finance before moving into operation?
Yeah, I have a quick question.
Sure.
So it seems like our percent spent in operations is continuously being less than our estimated amount. So do you foresee that we'll continue to need to transfer 15% from the education to the operation fund?
I would recommend that right now, and that's because, again, 19 money is about to drop what we've used to cover, and also the importance to build our rainy day fund. The recommendations, I have about 15% of your budget in there, and we're not meeting that threshold. So I'd highly recommend that we continue to try to build that to save for a rainy day, essentially roof replacements, you name it, that can come up unexpectedly.
We've also taken a lot of our maintenance costs from the 2019 bonds, correct, over the last year and a half.
And that is correct. And we're also, this year, we only had one bus replacement. And if you look moving forward, you're going to have more bus replacement, which is a big cost out of your operation fund. Another thing to kind of note.
So if we don't spend the full amount that we plan to this year, will we move that to rainy day?
During our budget adoption, there was a resolution passed to make a transfer to rainy day, yes, from operation, just like we did last year. Not quite as much as we did last year, but there will be a transfer again.
Okay.
All right, operations.
Yep. A couple other things to add on the finance. 24 budget was submitted and approved by the board, so we're waiting for the DLGF to review and give us our 1782 report back, which is our finalized budget, and then we'll begin setting our appropriations in our financial management system. And then we are also finalizing the new curriculum material cost report, which is new to districts. It's quite challenging and cumbersome, but I will give a lot of credit to our finance team who's working, and especially our building treasurers who's helping us to break down that cost by grade level. And essentially this will, when we really finalize, it'll help us to get a good snapshot of what this looks like, expenditures versus revenue, on what we're spending on curriculum material versus what we are going to receive from the state. In the past, we had to collect that from our families, and as you know, we're no longer charging families for curricular material costs, since that is there's some state funding for that now. On the technology side, sure want to thank our tech crew for all their hard work over fall break. They installed all the interactive TVs at the primary, middle school, and elementary. Countless hours were spent coordinating and installing these new devices that will assist our incredible teaching staff with providing engaging lessons to our students. And we want to thank our teachers as well, as they showed up and have these new devices in the room, just for their patience on learning as they learn and adapt to all the new bells and whistles that these devices will provide them as they teach. Also on our facilities, we want to thank that team. There's a lot of work that goes into maintenance and cleaning and getting the buildings prepped during these breaks. So we just appreciate all their efforts, and sure do appreciate what they do every day. There's a lot of walk in and take pride in your building. It's a great thing. Do want to give a special shout out on those side of things to the combined effort of our construction team, and our facilities team to ensure the high school was ready to go. There was a lot of construction things that got done in the buildings. Obviously, that can get messy, so it was a really combined effort to make sure that was ready to go. So we appreciate that. Construction continues to move forward as we're drawing near to wrapping up our athletics. Still have a few loose ends, but we are getting close to the finish line there. An exciting moment there with our main renovations and additions on our high school with the last steel beam. May have noticed it had a Christmas tree on it. That's symbolic of good luck for the future structure and the people who occupy it. Did not know that, but that's why that was there. And we want to thank everybody that came out and signed the beam. Auditorium exterior wall continues to take shape on that addition, and a lot of progress is being made on the foundational work side of that. Going to continue to thank our parents and community for their patience as we work through these projects. And just a reminder, you can find all those updates on our website. And that's it for me.
Any questions for Dr. Balmer?
No.
All right, Dr. Briggs, consent agenda?
Okay. Under consent agenda, we have letter A, finances, numbers 1 through 3. Letter B, personnel, under certified resignations, letter A. Number 2, classified under appointments, letters A and B. And number 2, terminations, letters A and B. And that is it for the consent agenda.
Hearing the consent agenda, do we have a motion to bring that to the floor?
So moved.
Mr. Basham makes a motion. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
Ms. Franklin seconds. Any discussion or questions? Hearing none, all of those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion carries 4-0. Number 8, under discussion action items. A, discussion under board policy. We had voted in board policy at the last board meeting. Ms. Bright, you had requested to bring back up for discussion a couple of policies when you were absent.
Yes.
So I'll yield the floor to you.
Okay. Yeah, thanks for bringing these back up since I was out sick when they were on the second and third reading. With the further information that Dr. Briggs gave on 3220.02 supplemental payments, I agree that the reading as it is now is fine because, like he said in the email, we would have to approve any supplemental payments. So, yeah. And then 7434, you said tobacco, same thing. As it reads, I would say it's fine because, like you said, that's in the handbook. The public participation, though, the policy that was in our board packet originally, back when this first went through a couple weeks ago, it did not include the part about at every regular, special, and emergency meeting, which we had discussed in prior years that we wanted to include all of those. Now, the one that's loaded now that we've received does include that. So I guess it would just need to go through a second and third reading. Am I correct on that?
Yeah, I thought they were identical, but yeah, obviously.
Yeah, they weren't.
Okay.
That one was missing that particular part that we had wanted in there about the regular, special, and emergency.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yep. So yeah, we can, I'll make that change and bring it back for the second. And it just requires 2 readings, not 3.
Okay.
So you guys can
Yeah, because
consider
the
approving.
second, as long as it passes, it counts as a third
That's
too,
correct.
right? Yeah.
Yep.
And then the 0164.5, my guess is the wrong policy was uploaded back in 22 or 23 because we had voted to strike option 2 and not include it at all. And it's on there. So-
Yes, that's correct. What we approved in January and what we approved last month should have been what Neil uploaded. They did not upload
Okay.
that one. So what's on our website does not match what we've approved. And that's just a simple, hey, you guys put the wrong policy, put this one on there.
Okay.
But what we voted was the same.
Yeah, so it doesn't require any additional board action. It just requires
Well, the
me to-
one that was in our board packet that was voted on when I was absent included option 2. And it should not include option 2.
Okay. Yep, I'll look into that as well.
And then the 0144.1, I agree. Like it was probably just due to redundancy. So I would say that the reading's fine.
And then just to make sure everyone is on the same page, the first policy up for tonight, 9130. That has not come to the board recently, and that is our public complaints and concerns policy, which stems from the General Assembly passing a law that states if parents have a concern with a particular library book, there has to be a process for them to appeal it, and so that's what that policy is.
Which one?
The one that's first, 9130, public complaints and concerns. That one has not come to the board.
Oh, this is a first reading on it?
That is correct.
Thanks, I didn't catch that.
Yep.
Any other questions, Rachel?
Nope.
Next, we'll move to B, action items for approval. First is a donation to the Silver Creek Dragon, from the Silver Creek Dragon Foundation for the Silver Creek Primary School General Fund in the amount of $1,250, which is from the Fill the Backpack, part of the Fill the Backpack campaign put on by Hunter Station Pizza back in August. We have a motion to bring that to the floor.
I so move.
Ms. Franklin makes a motion. Do we have a second?
Second.
Mr. Basham seconds. We'll roll call vote on this. Mr. Basham, how do you vote?
Aye.
Ms. Bright, how do you vote?
Abstain?
Ms. Franklin, how do you vote?
Yes.
And I also vote yes. Motion passes 3-0 with one abstain. Next up, under B, action item 2 is the 2024 Anthem staff and admin insurance rates. As everybody knows, Humana decided to get out of private health insurance, which forced us to go out and solicit new quotes and change our insurance coverage. In your report packet, you should see that the insurance rates, luckily, we had no increase to speak of, so which is great. If we can have a motion to bring that to the floor for vote.
I so move.
Ms. Bright makes a motion. Do we have a second?
Second.
Mr. Basham seconds. Any questions, comments, or concerns? Hearing none, all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion carries 4-0. In your board packet, you also saw the Calhoun change order number 6. Do we have a motion to approve?
I so move.
Ms. Franklin makes a motion. Do we have a second?
Second.
Mr. Basham seconds. Any questions or comments? Hearing none, all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion carries 4-0. Next, under discussion action items number 4, we have the small talk pediatric therapy service agreement. We have a motion to bring that to the floor.
I so move.
Ms. Franklin makes a motion. Do we have a second?
Second?
Ms. Wright seconds. Any discussion or questions? Hearing none, all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion carries 4-0. Next up, we have our building reports. Mr. Adams?
All right. Well, welcome back from fall break. We hope everyone had a safe and restful fall break. We're very excited that we've gotten our staff and students back in the building and are able to get back and, riding our momentum that we left off of on the first quarter. So we're excited to have everybody back. Huge thank you to YouthLink for connecting us with a team of nurses to administer vision screenings to all first grade students the week before we left fall break. That is a huge undertaking, as you can imagine, and we were very grateful for their support, and everything went really well. Casey Howell, our nurse, will spend her last day at SCP on Friday of this week. We want to really sincerely thank Casey. She's an integral part of our team in the office, and we're really going to miss her hard work, her leadership, and her guidance. She's been such, and like I said, an important part of our team. She'll be very, very, very missed. We certainly wish Casey well in her future endeavors. We are grateful for her work with our students over the past 5 years. But we also are excited to announce and welcome our new school nurse. Her name is Brandy LaRocco. Brandy began her training alongside Casey today, and we look forward to her official start date next week. So we want to give a happy, warm welcome to Brandy to our team. Upcoming events and important dates at SCP, our fall parties hosted by our wonderful PTO start next Thursday, October 26th. A huge thank you to our PTO for organizing the activities and the refreshments for the party. So those will be a lot of fun next week for our kiddos. Following that day is Parent Conference Day, so that's a big day on our calendar. Families, if you have not signed up for a conference with your teacher to discuss your child's progress this school year, please do so as soon as possible. It is important to us that we have open communication and strong working relationships with our families to ensure our students are supported through their educational experience. So if you haven't been in contact with your teacher, please do so as soon as you can. And then finally, Family Literacy Night, which is always a great event that we host in the fall, is going to be on November 2nd from 6 to 7:30. Our very own SCP teachers and staff will be presenting many creative ways to practice literacy skills at home. There will be several make and take sessions, so families will leave with materials ready to use at home. A huge thank you to our Literacy Night Committee, who has started to work hard on this night, all their planning and organizing for the special event for our students and families. So that is all I have from the primary. Do you have any questions for me?
No, thank you, Mr. Adams.
Welcome back.
Ms. Meyer?
Good evening. I just wanted to start off by welcoming back all of our students, our families, and our teachers back from fall break. It was nice getting back in the building and starting some routines back and seeing all their faces once again. We'd like to give a shout out and congratulations to our volleyball team. They finished an incredible season, and they finished as the runner-up in the Clark Floyd tournament. We're also going to celebrate Hadley Oliver. Hadley was our only 5th grade student who qualified to run in the middle school state cross country meet. She finished with a personal record and was the 2nd fastest 5th grade student there. So that's pretty impressive. Also, Talon Balmer and Cooper Persinger both qualified to run, but they're 4th graders. So they didn't get to run in state. 4th grade is not eligible, but they had a qualifying time. Our robotics team met today. Their field is set up behind you. They were excited to get started on that and start their season to start building their robots. That was really cool. And then I wanted to thank everyone who came to our birthday celebration. This was the Friday before fall break. And our students did a fantastic job. It was so exciting to get to share some of our history, see some staff members who attended either Stout Elementary or Sellersburg Elementary. The kids got to choose who they were or try to guess who they were. And to honor our past principal, Dr. David Losey. The students are now very excited about their birthday present that was announced at that day, where they're getting a new playground this winter. So each grade level was charged with the task of filling a time capsule that we're going to bury under the playground for years to come. So we're excited about that. Teachers are super busy right now. It's a busy time for us at the elementary. They're preparing and working, meeting with parents for their conferences and sharing progress for the first 9 weeks. We want to make sure that parents all know that our report cards will be posted on their parent portal and available on October 19th. And our fall parties will also be on the October 26th. That we're excited about that. Any questions?
Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Ms. Nunn?
Good evening from Silver Creek Middle School. We wanted to thank everybody for some time off for fall break. We hope everybody had some time to rest and recharge. I'd also like to second what Dr. Balmer said with a thank you to our IT and our facility teams. Both have really impacted the middle school this year with new technology and a really great deep clean to get ready for our second term at Silver Creek Middle School. We have our winter sports that are trying out, beginning to happen. Just a reminder to anybody watching that if they are trying out, check the announcements out for tryout times and to make sure that you have a physical turned in on final forms. And again, if you go on the afternoon announcements, you'll be able to see a link to final forms to help you fill in and turn in your physicals. We're excited about our Halloween dance sponsored by our PTO. Information on the time, the day, and how to purchase a ticket is on our afternoon announcement. The theme is Creepy Carnival. Our PTO always does an incredible job with games, music, treats, and surprises, so we can't wait to celebrate the fall time with our students at the dance. Red Ribbon Week starts next week, October 23rd through 27th, so we have some themed days to celebrate being drug-free. Monday is our kickoff to wear red. Tuesday is Team Up Against Drugs, and so we're going to wear our favorite team. I'll probably be in blue and orange. Wednesday is Neon because our future is bright. And Thursday is Peace Out Drugs, and so we either have tie-dyes or peace signs on clothes. Friday is our day off, so we're telling the kids just stay in your pajamas all day for celebrating no school and no drugs. Just a reminder that we will be in person tomorrow at Silver Creek Middle School, so we want to see you there in person tomorrow on Wednesday, October the 18th. Also, report cards will be available after school on Wednesday as well. Any questions for Silver Creek Middle School?
Thank you. Dr. Willman?
Good evening and welcome back, everyone. We will also be, I believe, partnering with the middle school when it comes to Red Ribbon Week coming up, so that's exciting. PSAT administration is tomorrow, so we're going to have every sophomore and junior, in addition to several freshmen that are going to take that test. We appreciate the being able to use that as an asynchronous day. I don't know how we would have gotten that accomplished otherwise. So we'll have all hands on deck for that. The freshmen, most of the freshmen and the seniors will be on an asynchronous learning day there. We do have a couple of sports recognitions and performing arts. Of course, cross country continues on. The boys were third and the girls were fifth in the sectional, so they'll continue to the regional this next weekend. Football begins a state tournament series this Friday at home versus Martinsville. And the band participated in the state finals this past weekend. Second time only in the school history that we've been able to do that. So congratulations to them. And of course had lots of fantastic performances by our fall teams. And I know the all conference namings, all conference honors will be coming out pretty soon. So I'll be able to share those later. The Drowsy Chaperone will begin on, I believe, it'll be performing the first and second weekends of November. So get that. If you haven't seen that play before, it is hilarious. So you want to get a chance to get your tickets there. Also, we'll be having professional development on the 27th with our staff, and we'll be doing some professional development at some point with our aides on November 7th coming up. Also, I mentioned last time about the Ivy Tech dual credit with the ICC, the Indiana College Corps. WDRB is doing a series on Ivy Tech, on Ivy Tech, and one of the features is on dual credit. And today we're going to feature, I don't want to say they're going to feature Silver Creek High School, but they interviewed one of our students, Peyton Lacey, and me. So that should be coming out within the next couple of days. So we're excited to see our high school at least mentioned or highlighted there. Any questions?
Nope.
Okay, thank you.
Dr. Swearens?
Okay, good evening. Before fall break, Dr. Briggs, Dr. Waters, Dr. Willman, and I had an opportunity to attend the venture program at Silver Creek High School. And I will say that was an opportunity for our high ability students to be provided independent and group study. It was such a wonderful experience for us, and I was so impressed with presentations. It was actually the students that led the discussion and shared the information with us. They were very excited about their learning, and I will say Mr. Horton is providing our students a very unique experience, a unique learning experience that I have not seen in other school corporations. So I definitely wanted to give them a shout out. I know they would love, anyone that would love to come and visit, they would love to show you some more and share some information about their program there at the high school. I also wanted to give Casey Drain and the health service team a shout out for their work in providing our employees a flu shot opportunity. I'm looking forward to that on Friday. Do you guys have any questions for me? Okay.
No, thank you for highlighting the venture program. It is very unique and very valuable to our high school students. So,
Kids absolutely love it. You can tell.
yep, it's a great program.
Dr. Waters?
All right, thank you. Again, just to reiterate what everybody else said, welcome back from fall break to all of our students, staff, and teachers from a very well-deserved fall break. Just as a reminder, our Flexibility Waiver Committee will be meeting next week to plan for our first waiver day that will be on November the 7th. That will be for all of our staff. One of our areas of focus will be updating our pacing guides to align with the new Indiana academic standards, but we also plan with those 3 waiver days to differentiate those PD days based on some of our staff needs while still focusing on the success of our students. Do you have any questions for me?
No. Thank you. Ms. Compton?
Hello. Please keep our preschool team in your thoughts this week. To all our special education teachers, everything you do every day matters. I appreciate you more than you'll ever hear me say. And to the Twig family again, we're glad you're here. And please know that all the staff that had the pleasure of working with Owen really were impacted by his little light. Yeah. Thanks again for Small Talk. The partnership with them has been incredible. We've had a baby boom in our speech and language department, so Small Talk has helped us keep up services here at the elementary school. Miss Myers, one SLP came back this week. The next one, Lee. They did a really good job at lining them up perfectly. There wasn't even any overlap, I don't think, for Small Talk to just keep on trucking along there. Again, to reiterate what Ms. Myers said, they were able to reveal the playground plans for the elementary, which were awesome. It's a fully ADA compliant and inclusive playground that we will see come to the ground. So we look forward to our students being able to enjoy that together. This Thursday at Silver Creek Middle School in the GPR at 5:30, Rauch will host a parent night for students and parents of students that are 14 to 21 to talk about post-secondary transition and jobs and opportunities for that as they graduate high school. So if you are interested in hearing more from them, we will be in the GPR at the middle school on Thursday at 5:30.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Dr. Briggs?
Yes, thank you to Mr. Horton and the venture students. It's a very informative session we spent with them, and we are working on getting them to a board meeting to present here. So hopefully that'll happen here in the near future. And also has been alluded to, November 7th is our first of 3 waiver days where students will not be in session on November 7th. That is not a makeup day. And we will focus on PD, and our other 2 waiver days are January 31st and May the 7th. And that's all I got. Thanks.
Dr. Bowman?
I just want to welcome everybody back again from fall break. Everybody had a great time off. It's a great time to be a Dragon. A lot of exciting things going on. I want to wish all our fall sports and extracurricular the best as they continue to compete through their seasons, and just all the hard work that goes into coaching and all the time and energy that goes into being successful in those sports. So we appreciate everybody's work on that. Definitely want to just tell the elementary just kudos on the birthday celebration. I thought that the presentation was spectacular. I thought the way you presented and honored Dr. Losey was just awesome. He's a principal who suspended me when I was in 5th grade and also hired me for my first teaching job. So, but he did have quite an impact on me as well. He also made a very difficult decision to hold me back in 3rd grade when I was struggling, and that was the best decision, one of the best decisions ever, as I landed a wonderful teacher, Miss McKinley. So, but again, just a wonderful birthday celebration. Thank you so much. And on the playground, I want to thank Miss Compton, and Mr. Poole, and also Miss Myers. There's a lot of planning and hard work that goes in. Well, it's going to be a wonderful thing for our students. That has not come easy or without effort. So thank you all for what you did to make that happen. And that's it for me.
Thank you. Mr. Basham?
I'm just glad to see the last steel beam go up. I was out there when it went up the other day, and it's a nice sight.
Ms. Bright?
I would just like to give a shout out to Susan. You've done a wonderful job with organizing all of our board stuff, our minutes, our agendas. I know we're a lot in addition to everything else you have to do. And you're doing a great job with taking on the website, adding pictures there and everything. So just really appreciate your hard work.
Ms. Franklin?
I just want to speak to the Twig family and to say I'm deeply sorry for your loss. I think that anytime somebody in our community hurts, we hurt with you. And I think as a board, I'll meet with you after the meeting, perhaps. I think that would be a great idea if we could do something to honor Owen's life. Maybe plant a tree at the school or something. We can work with school officials and kind of see. But I think if we did something like that with a plaque or something, that would be great.
In a way, you already have.
Okay.
I don't know if you're aware, but when we went in to meet Ms. Martin for Owen's birthday, I had raised a concern. I asked her, I said, where is your closest AED? She says, in the cafeteria. I said, no. And so I believe it was Clark County Sheriff's Department was kind enough to donate AED in Owen's classroom. I believe that, as far as I know, it's still there.
Yeah, I think that was the Clark County Health Department. Yes, yes. Yeah. But I'll talk to you afterwards and possibly we could look at something to do that. But I'm very sorry for your loss. That's all I have.
Just want to give a thank you to Casey Howe for her years of service here. She was very instrumental during our COVID time frame, and one of the many reasons we made it out of that the way we did. So, and once again, I appreciate you guys for being here tonight. I know it was tough. And with that being said, our next meeting is going to be November 13th here at the elementary school in this GPR room at 6:30. And then on November 28th, we have an executive session at the elementary school library at 7:30. And then our December meeting, regular school board meeting, will be at the middle school at 6:30. If we don't have anything else, if we can get a motion for adjournment.
I so move.
Ms. Bright makes a motion. Do we have a second?
A second.
Mr. Basham seconds. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carries 4-0. Meeting adjourned at 7:08 p.m.